We are recording. Nope. Yes, very good. We're live. For those of you that watch this later, happy Thursday. Welcome to Sculpt. You need a set of weights. You need a block, definitely some water, and then your space. And we're starting in child's pose. Oh. In child's pose, just like me, bring your big toes to touch. Open your knees nice and wide so it creates a V. Crawl your hands forward and then place your forehead down to the ground. It's a really good place for your neck to get a moment of rest. Oh, triceps. As you start to settle in, make small adjustments in places that you need so you feel a better stretch, or maybe it's a little more comfortable for you to be. Together, take a deep breath. Inhale to the back of your lungs. Fill up the back line of your spine. Then open mouth, release. Again, deep breath in. Option to make it a lion's breath. Stick your tongue out. Breathe in. Do it, guys. Stick your tongue out. Lion's breath. Now seal your lips and seal them. Today our mantra is, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I think we're very familiar with this for outside, but do we really honor this on the inside? Do we honor this within ourselves? Through your nose, breathe in. Through your nose, breathe out. Without being aware, we tend to be the most critical, sometimes the meanest to our own selves. So this whole hour, we're going to dedicate to being the nicest to you that you've ever been. You'll celebrate every little success, every movement that you do well. We'll shift our attention to the things that you do really, really well, so your communication lines up with positive self-talk and then to others. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, lift your tailbone and roll to the crown of your head, the very top. Tuck your chin into your chest. As you feel that gentle pressure in your neck, it's the center of your communication network, right? Your throat, your sounds that you make, but it's so much more than that. It's also your thoughts and it's your facial expressions. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tell yourself 2 things that you're doing really well at this moment, right now. I'm focusing on my breath. I'm staying present or following directions well, whatever that may be. Inhale, slowly push through the crown of your head and let your tailbone come back down to your heels. Then shift your weight forward to forearms. Send your knees in together and then kickstand your right foot long behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your strong leg all the way up so it's in line with your hip, or maybe a little higher. On your exhale, cross and plant it over to the left side, outside edge of your mat. Breathe in. Exhale, use your strong forearms to push your way back. Feel how everything works as synergy. Everything is in coordination with the other. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, shift forward, lift your right foot back up. Bend your right knee and then one, stamp it a little bit taller. So we bent and then stamped. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your right knee, gently sway your hips right to left. And then we'll repeat this to the other side. Hip center, extend your left foot, tuck your toes under, push back. We're gonna do a lot of calves work today too. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, shift forward with your body. Lift your foot in line with the hip or a little higher. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel that good strength that you're starting to build in your back. Stamp your foot all the way over to the right, as far as you can go so you feel your right hip open. Breathe in. Exhale, push back, stretch. Inhale, lift your left foot back up, bend, and then a big stamp up. Squeeze the top of your glutes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left meets your right. Rock your hips side to side. Then work your way up to hands and then down dog. Right away, toes under, hips up. The goal that you're going for is that your ears are right between your biceps. You're pushing through even the knuckle part of your hands. It's not only in your base that'll get your hands tired real quick. Then gently and slightly make a slight adjustment with your ankles so you rotate your heels in, especially if you're flat-footed. Make it a point to lift and rotate. It's a really small adjustment. My toes didn't even move. Breathe in. Get a little longer with your chest as you breathe out. Inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, step or walk your way all the way to the tops of your mat. We're going to flow this a few times to get your body really warm and prepared for weights. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold, and use your strong hands to pull your nose into your knees. Give them kisses. Seriously, give them a little bit of love so they know that you love them and they support you. I don't care. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. For those of you that this is your first time, we get weird, guys. Inhale, roll your way all the way up to mountain. Reach your fingertips up top. Exhale, cross your left foot over right. Left foot over right. Take a side stretch all the way over to the right. Open up your side body. We're going to use weights with this later. Inhale, mountain, uncross, and then cross to the other side. Right over left. Take a side stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain, reach up tall and uncross. Exhale, cactus, open out your chest. Inhale, re-extend to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, really flat back. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your back. Exhale, plant your hands and step or walk it back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Your shoulders should come to the top of your fingertips or beyond. Exhale, elbows bend by your side. Lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Lift your chest and then make it a point when you get here, especially for the first one. If your shoulders are shrugged forward because you're tight, make it a point to roll them back and down. You want to see that again? If your shoulders are here, roll them up and open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look how I don't move my feet. Hips roll up first like dancer's toes and then roll over them. Pedal. Flow this one more time. We're adding. Inhale, look up. Exhale, try it. Hop top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, roll all the way up. Exhale, right crossover left and take a really generous side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch to your other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus, make it a back bend. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep the breath. Exhale, high plank, hop back. Inhale, shift forward. Don't skip that step. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Lift and then roll over your toes. Push your left heel down. Inhale your right foot high. Exhale, knee to nose. Drive it in as tight as you can get with your core. Inhale, re-extend and leave it. Bend your top knee and then rotate your hip open a few times. Maybe center and then back out. Center and then back out for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, re-extend your right foot. Take it up high, strengthen. Exhale, low lunge, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent. Stay really low like a squat in your right knee and then rise up from your core. Exhale, spin your back heel down to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill down and lift your left foot up as tall as you can get it. Sweep. Lengthening through your right hamstring so it's ready for the one-legged deadlifts later. Breathe in. Exhale, left meets your right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Try that hop back. Shift, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog and left foot high, push your right heel down. Bend the knee and then a few times, rotate, center. Rotate, center. One more. Rotate. Inhale, left foot high, extend and get strong. Exhale, low lunge, step between your hands. Stay this low with the front knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, spin back heel down, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior 2. Front knee is still low. Exhale, windmill down. Right foot up, sweep and squeeze. Feel the back of your right hamstring. Releases your low back, open. Breathe in. Exhale, right meets your left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step or hop back and take it low. Nice tree step. Inhale, up dog, your chest. Exhale, down dog, roll all the way back. And we're adding, inhale your right foot high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it high, that looks good. Exhale, rotate open. Option if it's in there, take a flip. Squeeze, not a must, you can try. Inhale, re-extend, right foot high. Exhale, low lunge, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent. Okay, watch. Chair, sweep your arms back to airplane. Crescent. Chair. Airplane, let's go. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Crescent lunge, land in the back. Open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior 2. Exhale, windmill, left foot high. Okay, team, left knee, cross it behind the right. Then extend and take it up high. You have 8. Shiva squat, kick, 7. Shiva squat, 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it up and pulse it. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Left meets your right. Fold. Reset. Halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, and you have 8 hops. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hop back, take it low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's go. Left foot high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it high. Exhale, rotate or flip. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. And you got 8. Chair. 8. 7. Sweep your hands and squeeze it. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back, open. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill, right foot high, and you know the drill. Kick, cross. My back knee crosses behind the front knee. Go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee to your left. Reset. Halfway lift. Exhale and hop in. 8, 7, 6. Length of your mat. Try it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank. Hold. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Tap it. Tap. 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 Flex your core. Guys, warm up. Check. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Can you tell you something kind? Way to stick to it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hop all the way up. Find your block. If you don't have a block, roll up a towel, put it between your knees and squeeze it. Okay, team. First round without weight. Second round, definitely weight. Hands are right above your chest. Imagine like you are holding a weight. Lift and reach over the block. Then in and then tuck the block in between your hands. Over block. Knees between hands. Over block. Knees between hands. Let's go. Reach. Reach. Yes. Lift your tail off the ground on the way back. Reverse crunches, right? Top and bottom. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, I feel it. 2, 1. Keep the block. Put your paws up. Hands by your side, and then lower your legs to 45 degrees. Okay, watch. Tap, squeeze. Tap, squeeze. Your knees ideally are not moving from this angle. It's just your knees, and then you keep squeezing. Squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze the block or towel. 10, 9. Feel your low abs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got it. 5, 4. Tell you something nice. 3, 2, 1, and all the way. All the way up, all the way down. No break yet. 10, 9. If you want a little more, lift your hips at the top. Watch, not backwards, but up. Do you see the difference? This engages your abs. This engages your abs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, last one. Nice job. Find your block or something that you're elevating with. This would be the stack of books. Roll to your left side. Put the block or whatever you're elevating with in line with your left shoulder. Left hand finds your right ribs. Now, it looks like I'm on my side bone, but I roll back slightly, so I'm actually on my left butt cheek. My hip bone is right here. It's not touching the ground. Make sure that you're not hurting your hip. This will also help you get a little taller. Okay, let's go. Tricep push-up. All the way up, all the way down. Let's get it. Your right hand is elevated. Your left hand is holding on for dear life. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Do you guys feel your side? 1. Okay. Block back between your knees. My hands from where they were, they open wide. Squeeze the block and hand to toes. Go. Lift. 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 That's it. 10. 9. Squeeze the block. 8. 7. 6. 5. Open and close. 3 more. 2 more. Let's go, let's go. Last one. Stay at the top and reach. 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Flip it. Me on your right. You guys felt that all the way down through your obliques, right? Good. Good. Okay. Left hand has the block. Right hand underneath you will find your left ribs. Make sure that your hip is protected. I'm not on my side. I am. I'm not on my side bone. I'm on my butt cheek. Ready, set, excited? Also, notice from the front, maybe you can see better how close this block is. It's touching my right shoulder versus out here or up here. Keep it close and that isolates your tricep and side. Push. 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 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay, a block between your legs. If it's a towel, do the towel. Squeeze it. Why? Because the more you squeeze with your inner thighs, the more you tone your lower abs. Hands open. I'm still not on the hip bone. Go get them. Lift. 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 10. 9. Just breathe. 8. 7. 6. 5. Stay up in 4. In 3. In 2. Stay. Pulse. Pulse. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. On your back and keep the block. Squeeze the block or towel between your legs. Hands below your hip. Lift and squeeze your hips up and then lift your heels. Hips. Heels. Hips. Heels. Let's put it into action. The block or towel is not just there for it to look pretty. It's for you to squeeze it at the top. Squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze it, guys. 8, easy. 7. Nice. Good high tricep. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it up, hips up, heels up. 10, 9, squeeze the block or towel. 8, 7, 6, 5. You should feel like you want to put it down. 3, you won't. 2, 1, now put it down. Guys, fantastic work. You'll need a weight from now on. Get a sip of water, keep your block, stack of books or towel. Find one weight, please. If you have something 10 and above, bring it. If you don't, option for you is to cross 2 weights. If you have dumbbells that are lighter, cross them. This is how I do it. I hold it with my fingers. I have my thumb loose. I cross and then I clip it in with my thumb. Yeah? It's a little awkward at first. It's fantastic for your grip strength. So highly recommend trying that. If not, bring something heavier. Okay. Block or whatever you're elevating with goes under your right knee. Left foot, step it forward. And then your right hand will have the weight. When you're elevated, you can extend your foot behind you, and then this is less stable than if you were just on the ground. That means that we're turning on all the tiny little muscles that are in here, come into your core for stability work. Left foot forward, left forearm on the knee, and then notice the position. I'm showing this from the side on purpose. My weight will come forward. It's right in line with my left toes. Then like I'm trying to put the weight into my pocket, I pull it back to my hip, and now I'm toning the core on my backside. Forward, pocket. Forward, pocket, and you're on. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have your hands crossed, get rid of 1. If you have something heavy, hold it and lift up. Bicep curls on top of the knee still. Let's go. 10, 9. Don't let your elbow move away from your side. It's definitely not coming forward. Yes, it stays glued in. 7, 6, 5. This should be pretty heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Right foot has the block or something that you're elevating with. Left foot, slightly rotated out. Left hand will then have your weight. Sit lateral into the foot that's elevated, and then your cross weight will come to it. Up, cross, up, cross. You're sitting into your right side butt cheek because your right leg is elevated. My left foot has little to no weight. This is option 1. Get used to it at first. I know it's a little like, wait, what? And then when you're ready, upright on the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I feel it on the right. 3, 2, 1. No block. Whatever you're working with, dumbbell or kettlebell, hold it in 2 hands. Feet are parallel. Watch. Deadlift, weight goes behind my feet. Then weight goes in front. Then I stand up. Behind, front, up. Behind, front, up. Let's go. Back, front, up. Squeeze your bum. Back, front, up, squeeze your bum, back, front, up, squeeze your bum, go. 8 more. 7, 6. You guys feel your upper back? 4, 3, 2, 1, and now just back and front, go front, back, front, back, front, back. Let it burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo! Halfway there. Nice work, guys. We're going back to knees. Block under your left knee. Weight in your left hand. Get a sip of water. Left hand has the weight. It's forward in line with my right toes. Make sure that you're not rounding your back. Back to pocket. Pocket, toes. Pocket, toes. Pull. Rotate your ribs back with it. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. If you use 2 weights on the other side, you're for sure using 2 weights on this side too. 3, 2, 1. Hand, come to the knee, stand up. Rather, lift your chest. Biceps, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, that's heavy. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Left foot has the block or whatever you're elevating with. Right foot steps wide and rotates slightly out. Right hand has the weight. You're going to squat low into the left leg, whichever is elevated. Cross, up. Start here. Cross, up. If you don't have anything you're elevating with, come to your tiptoes on the left. Okay, abs upright. Side, upright. Side, upright. Twist. You're still working your core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No block. I know these are killer. Let's go. Back, front, squeeze. Back, front, squeeze. Option 1. Option 2, heels up at the top. Back, front, heels. Back, front, heels. Nice. Way to keep your spine long the whole time. That looks really good. That ensures you're working hamstrings, top of glutes, and all the muscles that go right along your spine. Get them. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay bottom. Pack it. Back, front, back, front, back, front. 8, 7, for it. 3, 2, 1. No weight, no block. Meet you in a stand. Yeah. Okay, team. A little bit of cardio. Imagine like you have a jump rope. Started. Alternate your feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're taking this into butt kickers in 2. Kick them. Kick, 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 kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. High knees, go. Push, push. Move your arms. Walk. Reach, 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 reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block or towel. Don't think about it. Squeeze, high plank, hold. Your heart rate should be high. Breathe. Woo. 10, 9, squeeze the block. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Do not put it down. Go down, down, up. That's 1. Down, down, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and don't get ready to put it down. 10, opposite shoulder, tap it, tap, 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 tap. 10, 9, 8, squeeze the block. 7, focus on your legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the block. I'll meet you in your bum. Guys, nice job. Block between your knees. Either 1 heavy weight or 2 smaller weights in your hands. Come on. Okay, whatever you're using, 1 or 2, put your weights together. Bring the weight to where the slit of your rib cage is, where it right opens. I have the block to squeeze. Push, push, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, explode. 1 and hold it up. Okay, you're squeezing something. Right foot hover. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch, don't put it down. Left foot hover. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot, then hips, and here we go. Crunch, knees tucked between hands. Crunch with the weight. Tuck between elbows. Reach, tuck, reach, tuck. Tuck. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Roll to a seat and pull your weight in. Kickstand your heels, catch your breath. Then heels up and twist it. Side, 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 side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Woo. We got one more set of those rows. Then a set of one-legged deadlifts and we're done. Come on. Block under your right knee. Left foot forward. Toes to pocket. Ready? Set. Pull it. 10. 9. Toes, pocket. Toes, pocket. 7. 6. Reach. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Stand up. Be sweaty. Right. Cross it over left. Right hand has the weight. 10. Dip to the right. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Go low. 2. 1. Uncross your right leg. Left foot will hover. I still have the weight on the right. If you want heavier, cross it and hold it. One-legged, go, touch the ground. 10. 9. 8. Almost. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Nicely done. No weight and you're halfway. Option 1, open cross, 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 cross. Option 2, double, double cross. Double, double cross. Looks like this. Cross, 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 or just go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite, all that to the other side. Left hand has the weight. Woo. Ooh. Left knee on the block. Almost. Right knee forward. Kickstand. Toes to pocket. And then when tomorrow morning you wake up and you're confused on why your back and core sore, then you know why. Let's go. Pull, reach, pull, reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. A foam roller will your best friend. 4, 3, 2. I lied. It'll be like a love-hate relationship. A little toxic, but so good for you. Last 2. Just kidding. Last one. Stand up. Left, cross it over right. You can find your ear if that helps. Dip it. Pull it. Dip it. Pull it. 10, 9, 8, 7. A little bit of struggle always builds character, right? At least you learn what you don't want. Before. 3, 2, 1. Foot forward. Left hand, left foot. Let's go. Deadlift and stand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, no weight. Weights are done. Block and towel, not done yet. Ready? Jump rope. Bounce. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Butt kickers go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tiny's push it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block or towel. High plank. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, down, up, up. Down, down, up. That's 1. 2, 3. Squeeze the block. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay up and tap. Left, right, left, right. 10, 9, 8. Tell you something nice. I am good at fill in the blank. I love fill in the blank. I can fill in the blank. Let's get it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Thursday. Woo! Nice work. Really good. Guys, I like that one. Get rid of everything. We have 5 minutes to cool it down and stretch. Take a sip of water if you need it. When you're ready, I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. Ready, set, go. Down dog, lift your tail. Inhale your right foot high up to the sky. As you push your left heel down, you stretch your low back and hamstrings really well. Breathe in. Exhale, watch this. Cross it in front of you or underneath you over to the left. Push your way back so you feel this in your ankle, out to your right T-band. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gently step your left foot back to where it came from and then come to knees. Right hand, thread it under left and pull your shoulder down. You should feel a good stretch in those side muscles that we have strengthened. And then use your left hand to your advantage. It can help you twist to push. Look up to the ceiling above your shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, work it all the way back through center. Down dog and we switch. Tailbone up. Inhale your left foot high. Squeeze. Push your right heel down to stretch. Exhale, fall in triangle. Under your body, kickstand your left foot to the right. As far up or as wide as you can so you really feel the stretch, and then hands help to push you back. I feel that so much in the outside edge of my knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Left foot meets your right and slowly come down to knees. Left arm thread under. Shoulder, ear comes down. And then I use my right hand to twist me back so I really feel from the mid-spine all the way down through my left rib cage on the side to stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press your way back through center. And then come to Puffy Pose. This is for your core. Hands walk forward. Tailbone stays up as you start to kiss the ground. Option 1. If you have the block somewhere close and you have safe flexibility in your neck, here's a yoga option for you. Put your chin onto the block. Then let everything rest onto that. This can be fairly intense sometimes, so this is just an option, definitely not a must. Inhale, slowly shift your way forward. Get the block out of your way if you took that variation, and then I'll meet you down to your back. Pull both knees in, cross your ankles, and press your low back against the ground. If it feels good, really gently rock side to side to give your low back a massage. Really good job today, guys. Inhale, bring it center and wrap your forearms around your knees. Give your body a hug, a thank you. Maybe even kiss your knees. Thanks, legs. Breathe in. On your exhale, release your final resting pose. You earned it. Shavasana. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But do we honor that with us? Do you practice kindness, encouragement for you? We practice so much compassion for other people, right? If I know it would hurt someone's feelings, I won't say it. Yet we don't follow the same principle for us. When you exercise, you do yoga, or whatever that may be, a form of movement where you spend time with you honor yourself. Practice that with your head. After your workout, when you go look in the mirror, I highly encourage you to look yourself in the face, look yourself in the eyes, and even though it's hard sometimes, tell you something you do really well that you are proud of. Give you a compliment daily. Inhale, reach overhead and take a full body stretch. Pull your knees through your chest. Roll to either of your sides. And then keep your eyes closed as you press your way up to a tall seat. Pull your hands together in a way that feels comfortable. And gratitude for all the ways that you show up for you. Breathe in. And gratitude for everything you do well. Bow forward. Namaste. Good job, you guys. Nice work. Happy Thursday. I hope you are really sweaty. I hope you found places where you felt really strong. I hope you felt places that need more love, that could use a little more work. Everything comes in a balance, right? If you have any comments or questions, I always welcome them, guys. I actually love, oh, I almost forgot. As we're updating our websites on Flex, if you guys notice when you log in, there is a little comment section, I shouldn't say that, but there's like reviews. And what they have asked us if we could get feedback from our students that take classes. And I don't mean all positive, guys. So what I would love if you guys could take a moment or two to write a review about the classes that you take, and that can be with me, Ryan, Patrick, doesn't matter. But the classes that you actually take, so you know what it is, write an honest review. It doesn't have to be our unicorns, but a few sentences would be really helpful of how you feel, how it's helped you, what are some of the things that you would like to see or could be better. Honest reviews is what we're asking for. And then know that if they're good ones, they might end up on Flex. If they're bad ones, they still might end up on Flex. If you're interested in that, it would be huge help for us. You can send it to me, you can send it to Donna. No, we're gonna read them. Yeah, it's not anonymous. That's it. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day. And then I'll see you guys next week. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia.
Got it. Bye, you guys.